Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Taurus Truth Tarot, where we are all Taurus all the time. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. My name is Shannon Colleen. I'm a Taurus Sun and Venus. Before we jump into the reading for the day, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm always showing my gratitude for you guys. You support this channel in many ways by hitting that like button, sharing these readings, commenting. I do read each and every comment. A lot of you are hitting that little heart at the bottom to donate through the channel, so that's wonderful. I can't tell you how appreciative I am of those. And booking personal readings and Reiki sessions, so you guys make it worthwhile. Okay, you guys make it all worthwhile. We have such a group here. If you haven't subscribed, you should. Let me take a drink of my water just real quick. Sorry. Also, quick reminder before we get started too, all readings, personal readings and Reiki sessions are going to be half off through the end of the year. It's my way of saying thank you to you all. So I do many different types of readings. There'll be a lotus flower up here in the corner at the end. You can click on that. When you get to the website, click book now, and then make sure you scroll, because I do offer quite a bit of different types of readings and Reiki. Also, the link is also in the description box below. So thank you, my loves. Thank you so much for all your support. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Divine Source Creator, what is the overall energy, please? What is the overall energy? Show me clearly. What is the overall energy? Show me clearly. What is the overall energy? Show me clearly. Thank you. All right. So we have here, sing your own song. Oh, I love this. I love it. Okay, how many times am I got to tell you guys? I got to tell you. Okay, let's not try to make it like the movies. It's not necessarily magician or sorcerership like the movies. It's not quite like that. But I've been telling Taurus forever, and if you're new, listen up, that our voice and what we say is literally magic, okay? Whether you want to look at it as good magic or bad magic, that's up to you. We have to be super, super careful of what we're speaking and what we're saying, okay? I just did a reading for a client, thank you. You'll know who you are. Where we talked about this. Normally I would say the name, but I keep it private. Where it is just so important about the questions that we have, even when people book like a three question pendulum reading, or a one question reading from me. I sometimes change the actual wording when I'm doing the reading, because we have to make it way more positive in order to create positive things in our life. And when you do that, right, and when you're full of enthusiasm and you're full of inspiration and you're saying, I'm gonna get that dream house, or that dream house is mine, right, when we do that, then boom, you can expect a miracle. Okay, then you can expect the miracle. It brings me back to, and some of you know the story, some of you don't. One of the most amazing manifestors I've ever seen, Jim Carrey. Yes, the movie star, Jim Carrey. He would write checks to himself, and I don't want to get into all his manifestations, but he was do you know who he was taught manifestation by? A nun. A nun, when he was going to school, was telling him basically the same thing. What you speak will come into existence, whether we speak good or bad. But he had written a check to himself, I think it was for $10 million, and he had dated it by a certain date, and right before that check was about to expire, if you will, he signed the deal to do the movie The Mask, and he got paid $10 million for it. So again, speaking these things into a truth. The more you speak it, the more truth it becomes. Period. If you're like, I am always broke, always broke, always broke, that's manifestation, my loves. That is manifestation. So you'll always be broke. If you're like, I am full of abundance, money comes to me easily, or love, or whatever it might be, you change, and your energy changes, and then you're actually creating the miracles. You're creating the miracles. You have the power. And I love how both these cards, and not all of them are these colors, obviously, but both these cards have the yellow and the blue. And what's standing out for me is the yellow is that solar plexus chakra, which is that confidence when you speak, right? But the blue is the throat chakra, which we rule, right? We rule the throat chakra. That's why Taurus is such a great manifester. We also rule the second house of money and belongings, and, you know, like, we rule that house. I know that when we go through hard times, listen, I've been through recessions, I've been through all of it. I went through Hurricane Katrina, I lost 5 homes. Like, I get it. We go through hard times, and we do. But the more we sit in that energy of that hard time, rather than focusing on what can be and what we can create, you're going to stay stuck. Because I think it was... Someone commented on it a day or two ago on one of the videos, like, I've been doing all the work, but I'm not quite seeing it. Are you? That's the question. Are you truly doing the work? And are you living in a world also where we have instant gratification? So are you also being patient, right? Everything happens in divine timing. So some of you may want to get some Reiki done for the throat chakra. That seems to be an issue with Taurus the last 15 years. We started speaking more negatively, or, oh, woe is me, instead of speaking more positively. And it's not just a one and done. You got to continue those practices, my loves. You have to be very aware of what you're saying, what feeling you're putting behind it. You have the luck of the ladybug right here, right? And, you know, we all know, well, most of us know dandelions, right? You blow on it, you make a wish. But you're prime and ready, my loves. You are prime and ready. I just feel like maybe through the hardships you've been through, you've lost your remembrance of being this powerful. And you have to come back to it. You got to come back to it. And listen, I'm not calling by God. I'm just the messenger here. But I will, as a Taurus myself, I noticed that over the last 15 years, you know, ago too. That somewhere it was muddled. It almost feels like the last 15 years for me are a fog now. Like I was in a fog. And the true Taurus is coming back out. The confident Taurus. That, man, I make things happen. I mean, you should be telling that to yourself all the time. I make shit happen. I don't, you know, I don't wait around. I don't wait around for somebody to save me. I make shit happen. Sorry. But they're trying to get you, your spiritual teams are trying to get you back to that. It's not cockiness. It's confidence. It's different. Okay? And if you think about who you were growing up as a child, even teenage, and I did not have great teenage years, but I was confident, right? And that's what it is. It's like you don't have confidence in your own abilities, and you need to get back to that. And I feel like no matter what it takes, like, we need to get back to that. Do whatever it takes to get your voice back, right? Because your voices are that's your tool, Taurus. That's your main tool. All right, let's see what else we have. Boy, they got me preaching at you today, because time, need to take back in charge, right? I was not saying time is running out, but this is actually really good energy that we're stepping into. It was good this year, but it's going to get really great. All right, it's going to get really great if you're in the right energy. Show me clearly. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I love this Queen of Cups right there. Yes, doesn't matter gender. It's the feeling of the card. And the Queen of Cups is the most intuitive. She knows how to trust herself, right? How to trust herself. She knows. And she's putting that emotion behind it, like I talked about in the beginning, putting the emotion behind it, getting excited, getting revved up, trusting that you know more than you think you know, right? Trusting that. Oh my, and again, with all the blue, that throat chakra, man. And just like any practice, it will help you. Reiki energy healing for the throat chakra will help you, but you've got to practice It's not a one and done, right? You've got to practice what you're saying, how you're saying it, with enthusiasm. Do you believe it? Are you listening to affirmations at night? Are you feeding yourself good, positive information? Are you relying on yourself to make shit happen? Once you do that, the right people are going to come in to help you with that, right? 6 of air, wow. Look at all of this blue. Holy moly. 6 of air is spirits, and they're guiding you. And you know how they're guiding you? They're guiding you through this reading right now. And other ways, okay? And other ways. You've got to get that mind energy straight, okay? Get that mind energy straight, too. Because it's not just what we're saying. That's a big part of it. I talk out loud a lot when there's nobody in the room, right? Because it's an easier way for me to control my thoughts. That's a practice I bet you don't do, right? Do you talk out loud when nobody's in the room? You should, because it's a good way of controlling that thought, right? Oh, I like that too. Show us clearly. Boy, they got me preaching today. Woo. Yeah, look at that. There it is. Ace of fire. That's when it comes in. Ooh, 1111 on timer, and I very rarely look up at the timer. Portal number, ace, right? Some of you need to look up angel number 1111, and even 5 ones, right? Because of this ace here, too. That's the inspiration. That's the excitement. That is the taking action. Your voice is a tool. Your voice is a tool, okay? So, listen, I know what it's like to have a bad day and not have a good day and want to sit on the couch all day and watch nonsense TV. And that's what I call it. And that's okay. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I have days like that too. Very rarely, but I do. But then there's a point where it's like, all right, enough is enough. I'm not going to, sit and watch the sitcom for 9 hours, right? I'm not going to binge watch Netflix. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do things. I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak. I'm going to get excited. I'm going to use that tool of inspiration. Here comes the opportunity. Here comes the miracle, right? This would be the miracle. The job, the career, the love, whatever you're trying to manifest, right? You use your voice. You create the miracle. Show me clearly. Thank you. And sometimes you guys are like, yeah, you've said this in different messages. Of course I have, because you're not truly following the instructions from spirit. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it, right? They wouldn't have me talk about it. Look at there we are. Doesn't matter again. You're Taurus, male or female, it doesn't matter. The Empress is one of our major arcana cards, which is the ability to create. Right? She yearns for nothing. She yearns for nothing because she knows she can create whatever she wants, like that. Okay? She knows she's going to have to, I often equate her to a gardener, right? She knows she's going to have to put the seeds in. She knows she's going to have to water it. She knows that she's going to have to give it love, nurture it. But she always knows it's going to produce. The Empress doesn't have a bad year in her harvest. She knows she has to do the work, but she always knows she's going to get the harvest. Wow. Beautiful. 7 of fire. You are the standout. You are the standout right now. Okay? You can't let others pull you back. You've got to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with the most positive energy that you can. Okay? This is like, you got to cut the cords now. And that goes for people in your life, right? A lot of it happens organically. We talk about that too, where certain people that are in your life are negative. They might be good people. I'm not saying they're not good people, but they might be too negative to, oh my gosh, the world is coming to an end. You can't be surrounding yourself with that. Careful what you're ingesting from the TV, whether I mean, I'm not knocking anybody. I don't watch horror movies because I don't want that stuff in my head. It's not because I'm scared, right? So it's like, what are you ingesting? What are you taking in? And then take your rightful place at the top of the mountain. You are the unicorn, hence the miracle worker. You are the miracle worker. For too long, you've been thinking that the miracle has to happen to me. When you create the miracle. Show me clearly. What is the message for Taurus? What is the message for Taurus? Whoa. Oh, sorry guys, that one went to the floor. And I have got, oh my goodness, yeah. I'm super short, guys, so Six of Fires. There's your victory. There is your victory. Right? That's the Six of Wands. That's when you truly will stand out. This is where you get your victory. This is where you get your miracle. You have to be in a higher realm of being. See how both of these are ships that are in the air? They're not in the water, right? You have to be in a higher vibration. You have to have a different perspective, right? If the ship was in the water, it definitely has a different perception, or you would have a different perception than way up above. It's beautiful. They're kind of preachy, and I get it, but they're doing it for a reason. It's time for you to float up above the rest, to see differently. Because again, you create the miracle. You create the miracle. I love it. I'm telling you, talk to yourself out loud. Write it, journal it, say it to other people. I'm going to have this car. That's another thing. You might be sitting there with a friend and say, oh, I'm going to have this car. And they might look at you like you got three heads. Like, how are you ever going to afford, you know, this car, whatever. Think of an expensive car. And you're like, well, it doesn't matter what you think. I just know that's going to happen for me. So whatever it is, from little things to big things. Show me clearly. What is the message for Taurus, please? What is the message for Taurus, please? Thank you. Yeah, see, divine, you can't even, right? The Empress, the divine, right? The divine feminine right there, right? Manifesto. Oh my gosh. I can't even believe this. I can't believe this came out. I mean, even now, after so many years and years and years and years and years and years of doing this, this always blows my mind when they're that accurate, right? Your words are a lightning rod of conductivity, comprised of magic spells that create worlds. Choose your words and worlds mindfully. Boom. That's how important it is. It's not a time to be silent, my loves. It's a time to use your words to create your miracles. So with that being said, do not forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment. I read each and every one. Definitely book your Reiki sessions here or readings here. Half off till the end of the year. And all of my love, light, and blessings to you until next time.